the Greek simple things that we know. We know about any language. You cannot start any language without understanding the alphabets. I cannot start this class without taking you through, whether you know that alphabet or not. I am going to take you through that alphabet. We are going to sound them here, and then we are going to see how it will help us to move into more important matters in this particular language. Now, when we talk about the Greek alphabets, what do we mean? How many Greek alphabets do you know? Just like the way you learned English or your mother tongue, we must get the Greek alphabets. And through the alphabets, we will be able to know how to join words and combine them through what we call the vowels and the diphthongs and the consonants, and out of that you will be able now to know how to pronounce, how to write, and even how to interpret that particular language. I want to introduce you to the Greek alphabets, which we are going to check here. I don't know whether you will be able to check my board. Greek alphabets. That's where we must begin, from that particular point. And as you know very well, we know that the Greek alphabets, they are 24 in number, and we are going to mention them. And we are going to mention them how we are going to pronounce them. In English, when you look at English, you will realize that the first letter is written like that. Or maybe I should write it in a better, bigger text so that you will be able to see. In English, it will appear a big A. But now, when we come to Greek, you will find that it will be written as something like that. And you will wonder, what is this? Even in Greek, you will realize that the capital of it is the same with that one in English. So in Greek, the letter A, or the first alphabet in Greek, is written like this one, which is pronounced not A now, but it is pronounced as the way you can pronounce in the word father. Now, if you get the pronunciation in the word father, that pronunciation of that then it will give you what that Greek alphabet means. The first Greek alphabet is known as Alpha. It is known as Alpha. So this time, the first letter of Greek, you will say Alpha. The second letter, as we know, it's written like that one. And we know that one is like when you say, for example, when you pronounce, you will pronounce it as bed. But when you say it in the Greek way, it is known as better. Now, let me stop there. Since the beginning of Corona, you have been hearing of various variants of Corona. We started with the Corona, we came to Delta, then it came to Omicron. Those letters that you see there, they are given in the form of the Greek alphabet. We started with the Delta. We shall see how Delta is being written. And then now we have another one, the third one, which is, it's like that one. Now that one, you can pronounce it as something like sing. Now, that pronunciation, when you get it there, it means gamma. That is a gamma. This is a sign. A Greek alphabet number 3, which implies gamma. We have another one, which is delta. This one is called delta, which can be pronounced from this letter do. You pronounce it with the first letter. This one is known as delta. You remember that variant? That particular variant is the one which killed a lot of people for Corona. It was known as delta. But right now we are in Omicron. We want to see where will we find Omicron in the alphabet letter. Remember, we are doing the alphabet letter. We go to another alphabet letter, which is known as the A, which is like, if you want to pronounce that one, is met in pronunciation, but in the Greek understanding and pronunciation, you can only do it like epsilon. This one is an epsilon. Met, the way the A sounds there is how it should sound in the Greek. Epsilon, met. So whenever you see that one, just know that one is an epsilon. We have another one which appears like this. That one is actually pronounced as ads, but when you go to the Greek, the way you are going to pronounce it in the Greek, it is zeta. So in case you are told to pronounce the Greek alphabets, you will have to mention alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, and then the next one is known as eta. Eta is written like this. This one is eta. That is another one. Another one which follows that one is known as theta. This one you know it from your mathematical class. This one is pronounced as theta. Some of you, when you are doing your mathematics class, you could pronounce this one as theta. But still the same pronunciation. Wherever you see this sign, it means theta. If you found it in the middle of other combinations, just know that one is a theta. Now the next one is known as an iota. Now an iota is the one which appears like an I. It appears like an I in the English pronunciation. We have the iota. It is like this. This one is iota. It appears like an I. So the pronunciation is iota, or from the word thin. The way you pronounce thin, that's how it comes in. Another one we need to understand is we need to know what is called the kappa. Kappa is written like this. This one is kappa. Kappa, it appears like a K in the English, but the way these ones are written, you can see they are somehow having some curves. It's pronounced kappa. Let me come back to you so that you don't get lost. We are writing about Greek alphabets. We cannot learn anything in Greek without understanding the alphabets. Where we have come so far, we have started from alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. We have the zeta, the eta, the theta, the iota, and then the kappa. And we are continuing. The next one is known as the lambda. Lambda is written like this. That is a lambda. We saw it in mathematics somewhere in senior secondary. It's written as lambda. We have another one which is now the M. The M in English, in Hebrew, it appears like a U with a tail. Now this one is known as a man. You can pronounce it as a man, but it is a mu. This is an M. It's not an U. It's not a U. This is an M. It is a U the way you look at it, but with a tail. The next one is a noon. Noon. It's called a noon. It's written as a small. In English, it might appear as a small V, but in Greek, it means a nu, which is an equivalent letter in Greek, in English, as N. This one is an equivalent letter in English as M. This one is an equivalent in English as L. This one is K. This one is I. We come here, we see this one equivalent of English as R. This one as B. This one as G. This one as D. This one as E. This one as Z. This one as it's also an E, but a longer E. This one as a theta. Theta is like a T probably. We shall see. Now, We are at noon. Now the next one, after noon, we have what is called the wax. Wax. It's written like that. You have to be an artistic when it reaches here. You must love art. For you to understand Greek, you must be patient. You must write slowly. And you must make sure you take in all the features of a letter. Just building one letter becomes somehow a task. But with the time, you perfect it. So this one is a letter which actually it means Z. It's a Z. A Z. But if you want to pronounce it, you can pronounce it, for example, in a word known as wax. Wax. So this one is a Z. A Z. Another one that we are going to see is the one now. Let me ask you a question. Which COVID variant is in place right now? It's called Omicron. So the next one is Omicron. You write it Omicron. Omicron, don't forget that one. And Omicron is written as a small something like that. That is Omicron. And then we have the other one. You remember that mathematics we used to say the formula of finding the area of a circumference. It was pi r square. So this one is a pi. The next one is a pi, which is written like this. Pi. Now, in my introduction, I told you the Greek language, the Koine Greek, has been used in civilization, in education, in biology, in medicine, in every aspect of the life that we have today. Most of these letters of Greek, we have come across them in mathematics, in our science courses, and in many other areas. So it will not be a problem. We are just going to put the house and the mind in order so that you might be able to understand what it actually means to follow up on that one. Now, how many letters are those? Let's count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 letters. Another one that we are going to get is the one which is called the ran. It's written like this, like a small p, but it's not a p. In Greek, it's known as a roho. An equivalent of r in English. P. When you want to pronounce it, you can pronounce it as ran. The R is the one what we are talking about. Another one, we have what is called the sigma. We have the sigma. This sigma, they are of the two types. The sigma I'm talking about is this. Sigma. They are of the two types. When a sigma begins a sentence, it will be written like this. But when a sigma appears at the end of a word, when a sigma begins a word, it's written like this. When a sigma comes at the end of the word, it is written as like this. Yes, that's how it is written. This one is a sigma. It's known as a sigma. They are of two types. So this is called a sigma. A sigma. The next alphabet is known as a tau. Tau. Written as a small t like that one. This one is known as a tau. Tau. This one is a u. Is an u. Tau. An equivalent of t in the English alphabets. The last one, or not the last one, we have another one known as the upsilon. Upsilon is the equivalent of the U. Upsilon is the equivalent of the U. It's written like this. Upsilon. That is the equivalent of U. Don't confuse upsilon with the mu. The mu appears as upsilon, but the mu has some tails. This one is an M, this one is an U. Don't confuse between the two. Remember, the main objective of biblical language class, it is not to teach you how you are taught in class. It is to lead you through. The main objective of why the biblical language class club exists today is not to take you through lectures just like the class. We have been through the classes. We know the most difficult places. Wherever you see a tutor putting an emphasis, for example, on the upsilon and the moon, they appear like they have the same symbol, but there are some few things that can help you to notify. Take in. That's where the secret is. And that's how people pass, and that's how people know and like this language. Now, we have written the letter upsilon. Now, the next letter is the phi. The phi. The phi is written as like this. This one is the phi. It's known as the phi. It wants to appear like a Q, but it's not a Q. Because a Q in English looks like this. But this one, it goes straight 90 degrees. You have to know these things now. This one is a phi, and you can only pronounce it better in the pronunciation from the word graphic. The phi. Practice it on your own, and you will be able to get it better. The next one is the chi. We have what is known as the chi. This one is the chi. It appears like an X, but the Greek pronounces it as a chi. And it can best be pronounced as, for example, the German Butch, the German Batch, the German Batch, like this. You take this one, it's a chi. It appears like an X, but it's a chi. Second last to the last appears like a fork, but it's not a fork. This one, that symbol. Are you able to see the symbol? Yes, I think the symbol is clear. This is the symbol of the next alphabet, which is pronounced as like that. We can give it an example of the word hips. That is how it is pronounced. You better do it practically on your own time, and you will be able to get it better. Because why am I putting emphasis and wasting time here? I'm not wasting time. We are going to read the biblical text. We are going to read the Greek text, the Bible text from an original language, which is the Greek. You must pronounce these words. The last one is known as the omega, which appears in the symbol of like a small W, and then it's known as the omega. Alpha and omega. Now I have to remind you that the first letter of the Greek is alpha. The last letter is omega. Jesus Christ is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the first and the last. He is the one who has given us this language. We have to learn it so that we can be able to understand his messages. Now, we have come to the end of the Greek alphabets. Today, I will not go any further than that because of time and the interest of other things. I want you to go through it. So can we read it once more time? The first letter is pronounced as alpha, or from the word father. Beta from the word bed. Then we have the gamma, we have the delta, we have the epsilon, we have the zeta, we have the eta, we have the theta, we have the iota, we have the kappa, we have the lambda, we have the mu, we have the nu, we have the this one is the z, this one is the omicron, this one is the pi, this is the rho, we have the sigma, then we have the tau, we have the epsilon, we have the chi, we have the and then lastly, we have the omega. May God bless you. Enjoy watching. Keep practicing. Next lesson, we shall look into the vowels, into the diphthongs, and into the consonants, and then we shall start reading some words in Greek. From there, we can now jump to verbs, nouns, past tense, present, and all those things, and then we shall all be there. God bless you. Take care. Work hard. This is your life.